poetry. I never knew love, and I never knew hate. That's the only reason that I'm in this position today. I never knew love, and I never knew hate. And I never knew compassion, and I never knew my fate. And I never knew you, though it seemed like I did. But I never knew nothing, nah, I never knew shit. I never used to need to know and never knew curious till I sympathized with people and their real appearances. I never knew there was other people that cared. I never knew what it meant when I stood out and they stared at me. Now that I know everything, I know that I can't stand happy. I hope it's not this way for the rest of my lifespan. Lonely nights wasted, rolling joints on my nightstand. I would call somebody if I had numbers to type in. Never knew life had excitement till my nephew was born. Never knew there was some right in my wrongs, I never knew. That's because I never wanted to. The problems that I faced in my life were just too unsolvable for me to go and pile on more. And at the time I wouldn't have seen it as a reliable source, although it was. Now I stand looking foolish like I always do. When I do this to myself, I knew it. My thoughts are exclusive, my conscience is abusive. I beat myself up over things I promised that I would do for you and didn't. And these are the things that just kills me inside. I never knew what buzz on a Saturday night could invite such problems in masses. I'm probably past it, but honestly that's it. It happens too frequently, it brands it a classic. Still I'm drunken with my power till I'm drunken with the sweetness of whiffing off that's flower beds. Our legs weaken and the power heads reeking. The money and greed, who sees the pieces of me? I never knew them. I never knew them to be so close. When I was young, I never knew my family had no dough. They hid it from us. They probably went broke or doing it. They wanted to raise us proper. Well, you didn't, improving it. Or am I slipping and slacking? I never knew what justify my primitive actions, but I hope so. And that's a piece of inspiration for me. Never understood why you stood around and you waited for me. For me to connect with something that I never knew. You should have known that is one thing that I will never do. I never knew the more you know nothing. Till Erica got in my ear with her singing and humming, and it was lovely. Till I learned this for myself, synchronized with her spirit and what she really felt. I've dealt with trust and I've met her with pain, but I never knew love and I never knew hate, and I never knew weak and I never knew great. I've only known equality, so level out the waist. I got some on my shoulders and it feels good to get them off. My nights were growing colder and I think I was getting soft, but I never knew hate and I never knew love, and I never knew heart and I never knew soft. I've only known equality, the devil is a law. When supremacy is dominant, the people tend to fall. Would you rather be one of them or be no one at all? Nah, I die for, I stand tall and fight for their cause. I always knew I'd never know until I was in it, but there's some things that you are sure of from the frigid beginning, and it gets cold.